man of many talents, I guess.
And many suits.
And many suits, yeah. A lot of people know me for the suits. The suits are like the calling card.
Yeah.
I refuse to wear a name badge.
Well,
that's the point. It's like, I only wear a name badge if people don't know who you are. So I've lived in Baldwin 15 years, but my family's sort of roots go back quite a way. I had an uncle and aunt who used to drink in the Royal Exchange back before Julian and the New Dawn pubs. So I've been coming over to Bordon and walking around and going through the Hogmore enclosure with my uncles and my dad doing all sorts. If you go on Google Maps, you can actually do Street View and look back on Bud's Lane back to when the army was here.
Wow. Right.
And when you see the difference, now obviously recently it's more building site than it is army town, but just the difference, the barbed wire being down and the fence is gone, I don't know, it's just a much more open, friendly community. You have to build a community, and you don't do that by just saying, hey everyone, isn't it great?
Yeah.
You listen to people, you talk to people, and I think that's the difference to have somewhere that you can go and talk to. And actually, funnily enough, I think pandemic helped because, working with Signal and the Biz Hub, and actually on a daily basis feeling like you're making a difference to somebody who's trapped in their house basically, and you're talking to and you're giving them ideas about how they might be able to skew their business for this new reality we had. So I think that has, to a certain extent, bonded people.
Yeah.
And that's what it needs, is people need to feel bonded to their place.
Do you think that's happening?
I think so, yeah. I really think that the way the town is evolving is creating an environment that invites it in. You've got to be a self-starter.
Right?
You've got to be a self-starter. You can't wait for it to come and knock on your door. Opportunity is out there. You've just got to go and find it. So I started getting involved with Biz Hub in Farnham because that seemed to be the closest place because this was still a military town.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity opened up locally to run a Biz Hub here, and Emma and I set it up here, and WBRC were interested in building a business community and saw the bigger picture. Finally, somebody came in and went, right, well, all this is going to change. I mean, literally all this. When I walked this was the barracks, and when we walked this site, it was basically brick sheds.
Yeah.
And they said, we're going to turn this into a town centre. And I was like, fantastic. That's brilliant. I can see it.
So we've got the shed here, we've got the leisure centre behind us.
Yeah.
So none of that was here, so that was
none
just
of that was there.
derelict buildings, if anything.
Empty buildings and workshops, and we were given the full tour. We went around, we looked at all these different buildings, the officers' mess, bunk houses and stuff. And
yeah.
I really can't wait. Because of the creative background and my diverse nature of skills, everyone knows that I know everyone. Like Rob, who runs the Phoenix, we do a music night here. He loves that, and that's just me being me. It's very interesting, having seen, the wheel turns in business quite often. And I've met over the years many successful people who can tell a story that started very similar to the journey I've gone on. They had some initial success, it was great, it was going well, then circumstances way outside of their control come along, conspire to take them to the mat.
Yeah.
And it's just standing up again and going, okay, what did I learn from that? Oh, all right, don't do this, don't do that.
Exactly, what you learn what to do and what not to do.
Financially, I'm in a position that I find extremely privileged, that I get to choose what I do with my time.
Nice.
And I think that's the key to it.
What you want to do and earn a living from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I get up and I think to myself, I'm going to go today and sit down and just create all this marketing collateral and just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And
invest in businesses at the same time, which we're about to talk about.
Well, I like to now think of it as a leisure centre. It started out as a multi-vendor, multi-unit operation, and it's actually evolved in its use. I mean, quite a lot of the stuff that the Phoenix puts on here brings in a crowd on a Friday night or a Saturday night, and that obviously helps the footfall of everyone. But it's like a little community in here, all the business owners sort of look out for each other. So we've got 350 burger, we've got Stuff that does jacket potatoes and baguettes and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then we've got Acorns Coffee, which sells coffee, and Shack, which does chicken.
Yep.
And Acorns actually also roasts coffee, so it's kind of two businesses in one. It's a roastery and a coffee shop. A lot of people say things like, it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I'm like, so if you know that to be true, if that's the cliche, but you know there's a grain of truth in it, get to know a lot of people.
Go and meet some people.
Go and meet some people.
Network.
So that's what I did when I came here. Mind you, when you come to the shed, this is where everybody congregates. You know, this is, if you come here and sit in here, you will see all the movers and shakers in Borden at some point and can have a conversation with them. And again, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So get to know lots of people.
So what a journey, what a man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.